Hi everyone and welcome to KRYPTAK, that Irish guy that talks about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has rallied by $9,000 in the last 6 days. Ethereum, POLKADOT, CHAINLINK and CARDANO are also at all-time highs within the last 24 hours. So in this episode, I'm going to explain to you why I think Bitcoin is going to hit $88,000 this year and by what exact date. Let's get started. This is episode number 36 and the title of this episode is Bitcoin is going to $88,000 by this date. But before we do that, take a quick look at this. This is the KRYPTAK YouTube channel, and according to data analysis on this channel, only 30% of the people watching these videos are subscribed, whereas 70% of the people watching these videos are unsubscribed. So if you're watching this video right now, go ahead and click that subscribe button. It's free. Go on, do the right thing. And charts. Okay folks, let's get the basics out of the way. This is the Kraken chart. These are all 4-hourly candles and Bitcoin is out of control. It's on a rampage for the last week. It hit $57,500 this morning. That's an all-time high. It's currently trading at $56,788. So let's just take a quick look at what I said in my last video, kind of more like an ascending triangle. So my short-term target is 55,000. I think that's going to happen based on the indicators that I've shown you today. So as you can see, I clearly stated in my last video it was going to 55,000. It had a little cool off here, printed two red candles or two bearish candles on the 4-hourly. Remember, each of these bearish candles, they're going to represent 4 hour worth of trading because it's the 4-hourly candles. So a bit of a cool off then before blasting off and breaking 56, 57 and eventually topping out at 57.5. So sticking with the 4-hourly chart, I've introduced the EMA ribbon, the RSI and the MACD. Bitcoin is well above the EMA ribbon on the 4-hourly. Here the RSI is trading at 77.7, so that's not bad. It's overextended, it's over 70, but it's actually corrected itself a bit, so that's not too bad. Over 80 I start to get a little bit worried, more so in the longer time frames like the daily or so on. And the MACD, they're not converging. The blue line is clearly still over the orange line. They're not actually going in together or converging. Remember, if they cross and the orange line goes above the blue line, that's a sign that a bearish or trend reversal is going to happen. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at some fib retracement levels. So this here is the highest point, Bitcoin's all-time high at $57,500, and I'm going to draw the fib from here to here because I think there's where this kind of short-term rally started. So going to go from the top. That's $57,500 and down to this lowest point here. Okay, so we're going from here to here. So as you can see, Bitcoin rallied up around the 0.786 level. Had a bit of trouble here, and it was rejected all the way down to just above the 0.618 level, and then blasted off to $57,500, which is where we are now, or 1. Now, if you take a look at the next kind of significant fib level that I have there, that's the 1.272 level. So that's just under $60,000. That's where I think it's going. I don't know. That's just what I think. You always got to do your own research. Obviously, this isn't financial advice. That's just what I think based on my own research and the indicators coming through. $60,000. It's going to happen, I think. I don't know, but I think it's going to happen. Just want to finish up the TA by taking a quick look at some of the altcoins I mentioned in my last episode. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. It's episode number 35. I'll leave a link there. So I was talking about Ethereum, POLKADOT, CHAINLINK and CARDANO. Just have a look at Ethereum here versus the US dollar. It hit $2,000 last night. That's an all-time high. It's never done it before, but it's having a bit of a pullback now. So that's versus US dollar. But if you look at it compared to Bitcoin, it's a completely different story. It's losing value. It's losing Satoshi value. But if we compare that to POLKADOT is on an absolute rampage as well. Again, POLKADOT hit all-time highs there yesterday. It hit $40, $40.5. That's an all-time high. It's going crazy. And what's even better and far more relevant and far more exciting in terms of this channel is that not only is it gaining US dollar value, but it's gaining Satoshi value as well. So again, it looks a bit relentless. Cardano is also on a rally and it's also gaining Satoshi value. Think in Satoshis. That's it for the charts for today. I just want to take a few seconds to talk about my dollar cost averaging project. Dollar cost averaging is the safest way of investing in Bitcoin. The idea is that you regularly invest a fixed amount. For example, €10 a week, $100 a month, and so on. So what I do is every episode for the last 24 episodes, I have been investing €10 into Bitcoin. So I buy €10 worth of Bitcoin every episode for the last 24 episodes. So that's a €240 investment. So the total investment is €240. That Bitcoin is now worth €655.17. So that's a total profit of 173%. That's 173% profit. I obviously own more Bitcoin, but I just do this to show the noobs like how easy it is just to get off zero. So that brings us to the main focus of this episode, why I think Bitcoin is going to $88,000 this year and when exactly I think that's going to happen by. Let's get started. What you're looking at here is a chart by Glassnode. They do on-chain technical analysis, and what you're looking at is Bitcoin issuance. And Bitcoin issuance is represented here by this kind of orange, we'll say wave or line, and then you have the Bitcoin price. But every 4 years, an event called the Bitcoin halving happens where it gets cut in half. So you can see the issuance gets dropped down. And what happens there, what that means is that the block reward, which is currently 6.25 Bitcoin every 10 minutes, gets cut in half. So it wasn't always 6.25. Just up to the last halving, it was actually 12.5. So we're going to go back to the first halving event here, which took place in 2012. So the first halving event, the first time the Bitcoin supply or flow was cut in half, Bitcoin traded through the first halving event at $12. And then in between the first halving event or second halving event or cycle, it topped out at $1,134. That's a 95x return because this goes into this 95 times. The second halving event took place in mid-2016 and Bitcoin traded through the second halving event at a price of $657. It topped out in between the second and the third halving, topped out in December 2017 at a price of $19,587, and that's a 30x. So this by 30 gives you this. So if you look at this trend, the halving has an undeniable effect on the price because it basically causes like a supply or liquidity crisis, a supply crisis, which tends to drive the price up. So you have 95x and then a 30x return. If that trend was to continue and you got a third of this back, because this 30x is approximately a third of 95x. So we'll say a third of 30x would be 10. So that means because the Bitcoin price traded through the third halving event at 8,800, if you were to get even a 10x back, if the trend was continued, you're looking at a price target of $88,000 or $72,835. Quick question. Do you agree or disagree with this prediction? Let me know in the comment section down below. So that's why I think Bitcoin is going to hit $88,000. But now we're going to take a look at what exact date I think that's going to happen by. So Bitcoin has been in bull market for a total of 215 days. I'm not going to get into how I arrived at that conclusion in this episode. That's worth an entire different episode, or maybe just ask me in the comment section down below. In that time, Bitcoin has increased in value by a total of $48,339. That's an average increase in value of $225 every single day. So the difference between $88,000, which is my target, and $57,500, which is the current all-time high, that's a difference of $30,500. It only needs to rally another $30,500. If it continues to rally at $225, continues to increase at $225 for the next 136 days, it will hit 88,000. So that means that Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin is going to hit a target of $88,000 before July 6th, 2021. I'm not saying I'm right. It's a prediction. It's an estimation. I've done my own research. I'll always advise that you do yours. So this is not financial advice. This is what I think is going to happen. Okay, folks, that's the end of this episode. So if you've learned any new or got any sort of value from this episode, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button. And as usual, Sláinte. Bye.